Hi there, and welcome to the Cotswold Explorer. I'm Shuckburgh, and we're exploring the wonderful region of the Cotswolds in southwest England. We've decided to revisit the centre of the region and find some hidden gems, places that are not quite so famous, but still just as beautiful. This week you find Ross and me in the little village of Buckland. We are just in between Broadway and Winchcombe, and it's one of three little villages we're visiting on this extraordinary little escarpment. This manor used to belong to St. Peter's Abbey in Gloucester before the dissolution, and the church behind me is of a great interest. There's quite a lot of very old stuff still inside it, and we're going to show it to you. I particularly like the gargoyles on the top of the tower. It's a great little village, this, very unspoiled, and as we mentioned in Stanton, we were warned by Evans that the railway, only a matter of a couple of miles from here, less than a mile from here, was going to ruin, he really was concerned it was going to ruin these places. Well, it certainly hasn't. They are absolutely peaceful and lovely. Behind this church is the manor house, which is now a hotel, and we will show you that too. The name Buckland is a common one round here, and it simply means bookland, or land held by charter or book. In this case, as I've already mentioned, by the Abbey of Gloucester. The little settlement snuggles in the folds of the hills with all the drowsiness you could hope for from a remote country village. The hills rise up from the small group of houses, giving them a green backdrop with a fringe of trees at the top. These slopes play with your sense of perspective and give the little place a gentle kind of enveloped feeling. There are three important buildings in the village, the first of which, the old rectory, is now a private house. It was probably built by William Grafton, who was rector here from 1466 to 1510. The church sits on the top of a small hillock in the centre of the village and is full of interesting things. The panelling on the walls is early 17th century work, as appears from the following inscription: Thomas Izzard and James Southern, of their own charge, have given this wainscot and benching to church in the year of our Lord 1615. At Buckland, evidently, the yeomen had not by that time ceased to take pride in their parish church, or to be able and willing to spend their money on it. The font, as we have so often seen in this area, is an octagonal design, and it has lovely carved decoration, more complex than many. Looking up at the organ loft, we can see where the roof was raised to give the church the clerestory in the 15th century. And turning to the eastern wall, the terrific reredos carved in 1921 in Arts and Crafts Byzantine style by Musgrave & Co. to the design of Alexander Fisher. Above it, in the east window, are three painted glass panels, much older than the stonework and possibly gifted to the church by William Grafton in the 1500s. This glass was restored by William Morris himself at cost price in about 1883. Lovely though the painted glass is, for me, one of the greatest charms of this church is the nearly clear glass in the majority of the windows. Extremely ancient and imperfect, but letting in the light and the blurred images of the trees blowing in the wind outside. Nothing creates for me a more relaxed and cosy atmosphere. The wonderful floors have some original 15th century tiles in the south aisle, and the rest are great copies made in the late 19th century. In the west end of the north aisle there are 3 mutilated carved stone fragments with painted angels. They were found in the rectory, and it is possible that they're remnants of a 15th century reredos at Hales Abbey. It is both cheering that remnants of that incredible monastery still appear, and devastating to think of what once was. Just a few yards from the church is the old manor house. Buckland Manor is a mixture of 17th century building and late 19th century additions, making it a bit of a rambling place without great architectural structure, but perfectly suited to its current use as an hotel. Ross and I found it irresistible and decided to visit for a coffee. We don't often comment on local businesses, but we really did enjoy this place. They were extremely welcoming, despite our camera equipment and slightly dishevelled appearance, and treated us to a comforting experience that took me way back. There are some rather old-fashioned ideas of service, decor, even crockery in this hotel. For me, it was lovely to be waited on by black waistcoated young men who clearly took pride in their highly skilled jobs. Coffee from a lovely coffee pot, elegant cups and saucers, the whole thing. We were certainly not there long enough to give a proper evaluation of this place, but what we saw we thoroughly enjoyed. And I have a feeling I might be bringing my wife here for the weekend soon. Always assuming they'll accept dogs. Can't leave Widget and Gizmo behind. If I do come, I'll let you know and fill you in on the details.